So what exactly is the difference between retiring and separating? Let me break this down for you. Hey boring business owners, and welcome to my channel where I help your message get seen in that cluttered newsfeed. This is a special episode for my channel for Military Marketing Monday, where I teach you all that there is to know about military life so that you can market better to active duty military veterans and their families. So my husband is in the process of separating from the Air Force. And one of the things that we get asked all the time is like, oh, is he retiring or is he separating? And there's a lot to know about the difference. And if you don't know, you don't know. So let me explain to you what the difference is. So what is a retired service member? A retired service member has done a minimum of 20 years of service and they are qualifying for retirement. This comes with a pension that is based on whenever you went in and a certain percentage of money that you'll get for the rest of your life based on your years of service. So let's say you did 20 years and you exited as an E7, you're going to get a percentage of that pay for the rest of your time in grade. If you have questions about how pay works for retirement, I'm gonna include a link down in the description below. It's gonna break that down for you because it's all based on like when you went in and when you served and what's going on. So it's very conditional and I'm not gonna break that down to you. I just want you to know that when you retire, you get a pension. Some of the other benefits include you get to keep your military ID. You get converted from an active duty card to a retiree card, and that gives you access to any military base around the world. This is, again, an added benefit because once you separate from the military, you don't get that card and you're not allowed back on base without permission or someone signing you on. Having that ID gives you a lot of added benefits, like you can shop at the commissary, you can go to the exchange, you can have access to almost anything on the base, legal services, medical care, and so much more. So it's one of the really wonderful benefits of going through retirement because when you separate, you don't get any of that anymore. When you separate, you're essentially discharged. You agree to completing a certain amount of time in your contract, and usually the minimum amount is 8 years. Now, my husband, for example, is completing a 6-year contract, but he has an obligation to the Air Force for an additional 2 years where he can be recalled if like we go to war or there's a great need or a shortage in his career field. But essentially when you separate, you're being released of your obligation. Now there are a whole lot of different reasons for separation, whether it's just completing your contract or you have a medical need or whatever that may be. There's a huge long list of the kind of ways that you can separate, but for the most part people just separate because they're doing what's traditionally called a one and done. They went in, they got their benefits, they got a life skill, and now they're moving on to the next phase of their adult career and life. And so when they separate, they no longer get the benefits that come with being in the military. Now with separation, there are still some benefits available for you. If you have separated from the military with anything other than a dishonorable discharge, you still qualify for benefits for things like your GI Bill, which allows you to go to college. You also are always going to be a veteran, so you get benefits for things like getting a veteran home loan and things like that. There are still a lot of services and benefits that come from being a veteran, which means you served in the military and therefore you were always considered a service member of some point. You're just kind of classified as a veteran at that point. So there's still a lot of benefits, but it's not nearly as in-depth as what happens when you retire. Do you have any more questions about the difference between separating and retiring? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys have any more questions or want to know more about military life, please watch this playlist right here where I break down a whole lot of different things about military life. They're going to help you guys with marketing to active duty service members or families and more. And like we always say, military life is never goodbye. It is see you soon. Till next time, I'll see you soon.